HG lifestyle. It's a mindset. Make sure you adopt it, baby. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome once again to another episode of the HG Lifestyle Show. It's been a minute since we've done an HG Lifestyle. It's always been a show salvaje, but today's a special day. But before we get there, I want to say thank you, all the love, all the support. You guys are the shit. And today we got a special guest, which is why we're doing it an HG Lifestyle Show, doing it in English for my English community. But to my left, I got the homie, a fucking super talented person, Tito Tatts. Go follow him on IG, actually. But he actually flew all the way out here just to tap me up with the Salvaje tat, which, bro, I'm super grateful for that, man.
Of course, man.
You fucking killed it, dog.
Hey, thanks for sitting so well, man. 5 hours isn't easy, so
I know,
you killed that shit.
I appreciate it, man. But, you know, Tito Tatts on IG. Go follow him. But introduce yourself, bro. Let him know your real name, all that good shit, bro.
So Instagram is Tito_Tatts, Tatts. Go follow me. And my name's Tito Hurtado. I come from California. I flew out here to tattoo my boy John. Been tattooing for 10 plus years, and I'm happy to be here, man.
Nah, I appreciate you coming by, bro. So first of all, Doug, let's get into that, bro, because, I mean, it was tough for me to sit there because I'm going through the pain. But as I'm watching you tattoo, I'm thinking, fuck, bro. That's a lot of work, Doug.
Yeah.
Like, people think tattooing is easy. First of all, how long have you been tattooing, you said?
I've been tattooing since about 2013, like a year before my daughter was born. So she's 10 now. So, yeah, like 11 years.
Damn.
11 years in the game. I'm an OG now.
Yeah, he's an OG, man. So thank God it wasn't no rookie.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten tatted by some fucking rookies, bro. And like right now that you tatted me up, the whole time I was even telling him, like, man, why don't other tattoo artists do this? Like, it seems like logical and basic that you would want to make sure I'm comfortable and not fucking bleeding to death there. And, you know, but I guess not everybody knows the game the way you do.
Yeah, man,
you know?
I've been in it so long, man. I remember back when people were still using coil machines. When I started, people were still drawing. There was no iPads. I went to a tattoo expo in Portland, and that's when they started introducing the digital stuff. So I went back home, started, messing with it. I was one of the first artists to actually start doing it in my hometown, or where I'm from in Stockton. And yeah, man, it's just been evolving. So hey, they need to get with it. All this new stuff, you gotta evolve.
So obviously, that's right, because tattoo's been around forever, but there wasn't iPads back then. So how did it work before, bro? You had to actually draw it out.
Hand,
and how did
man.
you get the stencil and all that shit?
Well, you just draw it by hand. Either you freehand it or you just draw it out by hand, which kind of sucked because, people are like, oh, well, can I change this? Can I add that? You had to scratch that, toss that out. So definitely it's a game changer for the iPads. With this technology stuff, man, just making everything faster, more efficient. And yeah, man, it's been a journey, definitely a journey.
Damn, how did you even get into tattooing, bro? Like, did you just say, I want to be a fucking tattoo artist?
Nah, you know what? I actually, it's a funny story. I actually wanted to make, because I started drawing whenever I was little, and I wanted to make cartoons. And then whenever I got into high school, I was just like, man, you know what? I still want to do something with art. I just don't know where it's gonna go. So I just thought tattoos were cool as fuck, and I was just like, you know what, I want some, but I can't get some because I'm a minor. And during that time, which is crazy because like I moved to Stockton when I was my freshman year of high school, so I had zero friends. So I was just that kid in the back of the class just drawing because I didn't have anybody to talk to. So that kind of elevated me to start drawing more and drawing. And since I didn't have any friends, I'd skip school all the time. And eventually skipped so much school that I ended up getting kicked out. So I ended up going to continuation school where all the bad kids go.
Yeah, I know all about that.
And so, so they had tattoos, and I was just like, you know what? That clicked in my head, like, okay, there's a market here for people that have tattoos because all the badass kids come. Yeah. And I want to do them. So, it's crazy when I think back at all the things I was just like, man, like, this sucks that I'm moving. I don't have any friends, but that propelled me into a different path.
To where you are, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. It led you to all this shit.
Yeah.
See, a question I want to ask you, bro, because I've always fucking wondered this, right? Anybody who tattoos, they had to do their first tattoo for the first time, which means you didn't know if you were going to be good or not.
Yeah.
Was the tattoo going to be shitty? And who the fuck would be willing to allow that shit? So, like, how does that come about, bro? Like,
Man.
how do you get the balls, number one? Because you're tatting somebody up for life, bro.
Yeah. So whenever I was in my continuation school, man, we were all minors. Nobody could get tattooed. So the only person that could tattoo you is another kid.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, I'll tattoo you for free. I don't know what I'm doing, but hey, it's a free tattoo. You want in or not? Bro, I have so many people who are like, hell yeah, run it in. Because, like, we all want to get tattooed, but nobody was willing to tattoo us. So that's where I got my first little set of clientele. Just doing free, just to get get known.
To practice it too.
Get the practice in,
right?
Because now people have the fake skin and tattooing on oranges. I'm just like, I want the real deal. Like, if I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go all in. So I started tattooing friends, and people eventually started coming to me. I sucked for a very long time, but hey, that's a learning curve. You know what I mean? So, but I give them props because it's permanent. Like, that learning curve was permanent.
See, that's why I'm saying that, bro, because I've always wondered, like, how do you get the balls to just say, like, I wouldn't have the balls to first tattoo somebody because I don't want to fuck them up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've actually said this in other shit, bro. Like, you can't get to your 10th or your 100th tattoo without that very first one.
Right, exactly. And that's where I take a lot of what I learned in tattooing in life, because I'm like, okay, failure is part of that success. 100%. You know what I mean? I took whatever I didn't like from the last tattoo, and I knew I was going to suck in the beginning, first maybe 20 or 100. And I was just like, you know what? As long as I get whatever I liked from that one and just scrapped whatever I didn't and what didn't work, and just keep slowly elevating that process. So, yeah, man, take a lot of balls from a lot of clients, but hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Now I got a lot of
bro.
clients. Shout out to all the clients out there that are watching this.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, because I would have been like, man, hell no, go tattoo about 100 motherfuckers,
and then come talk to me.
And then come talk to me, bro. But I'm assuming, they saw your art, they knew that you were an artist, right? At least,
because I've always been drawing. I've always been into art. Like some people are naturally gifted at something, and I always had that little knack for art and just figuring out how to, I guess, replicate stuff on paper. So,
right.
I always had that. But tattooing is a whole different ballgame, man. It's a whole different animal. Because, you got people in pain. You got people moving. You got people who are like, bro, I can't take this no more. Versus a piece of paper that you can just draw all day long. You know what I mean? But they're a lot more badass, though. So.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I mean, you obviously know what you're doing, bro. Obviously, you've been doing it for so fucking long, right? But, like, also just... I don't know. There was something about, I'm telling you, bro, I got tats, and I've never done more than 2 to 3 hour sessions, max.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm out. So knowing that you were only in town for the day, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to just thug it out. And then I realized, like, oh, shit, right? Like, so I don't know if it was the way you tattoo or whatever it was, bro, but, I mean, it's the first time I've made a 5 hour session in just one sit down, dog. Like, holy fuck. I could have drove to Vegas in that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But, I mean, shit, bro, I'm super happy with the tattoo. It came out super fucking fire. Can't wait to fucking show this bitch off.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Salvajes. Hey, do you remember your first tattoo, bro?
The one that I got?
The one that you did.
Oh, yeah. It was actually my friend Ray. I don't know where he's at these days, but hey, shout out Ray, because he let me really tattoo him for the free. It came out, man, it sucked so bad. I remember how to go over it so many times. Because you know what? On my first one, I got in some dude's garage, and he went in so deep because he was just using like a guitar string and like some weird ass instruments. Damn. So it's scarred. Like, I can feel it through my shirt. That's how it's scarred. So whenever I was tattooing, I was like, man, I don't want to put people through that. So I just started easing into it. Like, okay, if I go in a little by little, it's not going to scar. Versus like a guy that's just going in there and just whamming it. So I always was very light-handed. Just because I know the consequences of like just going way too
hard.
deep.
Yeah.
And I don't want to scar nobody, So, yeah, I heard a lot of people say I'm really light-handed, and yeah, man, 5 hours still though. Sheesh.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I made it happen though. I'm like, fuck
made it happen.
Fuck yeah, that's a real salvaje motherfucker. All right. But what was the tattoo, bro? The first one. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, I think it was his nickname. We call him Cracky because he was so skinny and he was just down with all of the bullshit. So I did that right here on him, and yeah, man. Till this day, he's still, hey,
Ray, send me a picture, dad. I want to see that motherfucker. Wherever you're at, bro. Let's see that shit, man. Yeah, that takes a lot, bro, to just say, hey, you know what? Let me possibly fuck you up.
Yeah, man.
You know, but I want to do it, man. But bro, how many so you've been doing it for 10 years, right? About how many tattoos would you say you've done, bro?
Man, thousands. Because whenever I was starting, I would try to be at the shop, the first one in and last one out, just to kind of like an ego thing, like, oh, look, I can tattoo longer than the next guy. I could have more clients than the next guy. So sometimes I'd do like 4, 5, 6 at a time, but not like this size though, like small ones here, there. But man, thousands. If I would put a number on it, probably like, sheesh, fuck, like 3,000, maybe even more. Yeah, man, that's a lot of people. A lot of people I've touched.
And that's I mean, when you think about it, bro, it's kind of cool, right? Because you know that's 3,000 people out there somewhere in the world walking around with your art.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Cool, and they specifically come to me because they're like, oh, I like something, how you do this, or like, 100%. I heard about you tattooed my cousin or my friend or stuff like that. So yeah, it's a different feeling, man. So I go out a lot in Stockton, and some people recognize me. They're like, oh, you tattooed me like fucking whenever you were first starting, or like you tattooed my cousin. Yeah. So it's a cool ass feeling, man. It's definitely cool.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, bro. And how old are you, bro?
I just turned 34 in February.
Oh, you're still young.
Yeah, so I've been tattooing since all my 20s has just been dedicated to learning the process of tattooing, networking with other people at tattoo expos. I travel a lot to tattoo expos too, so that kind of helped me like expand my horizons of what it could be, new stuff that comes out, just networking with a lot of different people.
Yeah. And I do know that about you, bro. And in fact, it brings up a good topic, man. Like, you know, there's a lot of tattoo artists here in Utah. I could have had anybody, really talented people, give me this tattoo, man. But what I like about Tito is Tito's putting himself out there, right? He's trying to level up. He's trying to get to other levels. I actually met him because he came to one of my masterminds. And when he was there, I told him, like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get a Salvaje tattoo. Yeah. It's going to be you, dog, because I am the type of person, bro, that I support anybody who's willing to take a risk on themselves, who's willing to put themselves out there and willing to network, bro. So that's what I told her. Like, it's got to be Tito who tasked me because I told him he would do it when he came to my mastermind. And, bro, like, what? Because here's the thing, bro. Like, there's a lot of people that they hear this shit. They know they should go out there, meet guys like Tino, meet guys like me, or meet guys that are, you know, can help you level up. But they're so fucking goddamn afraid to invest in themselves or anything like that, bro. And like, what makes you different, bro?
I think it's just knowing that, if I wait for somebody, I'm never going to get anywhere. Yeah. So I used to have a couple of friends that used to be like, man, I want to go to tattoo expos, man. Let's do it. They're like, all right, let's just wait for the next one. After a while, just like, you know what, fuck it. If I don't do it myself, like, I'm always going to be depending on somebody. So I just started traveling by myself, and I got with the crew from the Bay Area that they were like, hey, man, I see you're tattooing. If you want to go to expos with us? And I was just like, hell yeah. So ever since then, I just been like, what's the worst that can happen? I didn't know these people at all. Right. The only thing we had in common was we like to travel, and we were going to put ourselves out there, and whatever comes from it, comes from it. So I took that mentality, and I kind of transferred it to like the business world. Right, and like, if I don't have nothing in common with these millionaires, at least we're in the same room. At least we want to level up. At least we want to help the next person whatever way we can. So if anybody takes anything away from it, just don't be scared. Just put yourself out there and just try to help the next person be you, and you'll thrive.
100%, bro. See, and the reason I asked that, bro, is because I'm a firm believer, because I personally have witnessed it. It's happened to me, right? And what I'm saying is, like, you got to get around different type of people, right, to change your mentality. But also, like, a lot of opportunities come from that, bro. Like, the majority of the businesses that I have exploded out of nowhere was because of some relationship I made, right? Or somebody that connected me with somebody else that then took me to just a massive level, right? And sometimes I sit there and I think, like, fuck, bro, thank God I had the balls to do that type of shit and put myself out there, because I don't know where I would be today had I not, bro. Yeah. You know, like, that's how massive a fucking relationship can impact you, bro. We're just shaking the right hand.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. And it's crazy because some people might be scared of, like, man, what if these people like don't like me, or what if I don't fit in? But at the end of the day, like in tattooing, like, even art, like even I'm sure your music, like you put so much soul and yourself, your personal self into it that you're like, damn, what if I get criticized for this, or what if they don't like it or this and that. So I mean, what's the point of putting anything out there if you're just gonna be scared to hide it from the world? So don't hide yourself from the world, everybody.
Yeah, don't hide yourselves, man. And look, at the end of the day, it's like this, right? It's like you gotta do what makes you fucking happy. As cliche, as corny as that fucking sounds, but it's because it is what it is, bro. Like when I do put out music, like you say, in the back of my mind, am I thinking, will somebody not like this? Yeah, but you know what I also think, bro? Like, when I'm listening to a song, I'm like, oh, I remember when I recorded that part, when I said that part, like, that shit was dope, and then it actually comes out dope, and then I'm bumping it, and I fucking like it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I'm like, man, fuck everybody else. Who cares what they fucking think, you know?
Yeah. All that stuff is like you're just open to so much scrutiny with art, with music, with anything that you find like just true to yourself.
100%, bro.
And yeah, man, people get scared. Don't get me wrong, because there's so many people. Like, John, how many people have you met or know about that they're great like singers or something like that, but they'll only sing like in the shower or something?
No, I know a lot, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like people that are just phenomenal artists, but they never like monetize it because they're like, like I'm
talented people that
very
just don't do shit. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, bro, 100%. And, the people that do criticize or whatever, they don't understand what it takes to put into it, bro. Yeah. Like the creative process of writing the song, coming up with the melody, getting the right beat, recording it right. So to me, it's like, man, fuck you. What do you know?
Exactly.
Right? But, no, I agree with you, man. Look, you're right. You got to stop being afraid of what other people are going to say, because there is massively talented people out there that nobody knows about because they're too afraid to fucking put themselves out there.
Yeah, one thing that I did learn, especially meeting like really high network people, like somebody above you will never be like, oh, that tattoo's trash, or that song's trash, or like whatever he's cooking in his his food truck or whatever the case is, that's trash, because they've been there, they've been on the chopping block where they're maybe like staying up late debating whether or not they made the right choice in their life, of like, fuck, should I have left my job, should I keep pursuing what I want to? So
no, you're 100% right, bro. What Tito's saying is, the people that criticize you on whatever you're doing, they're usually at a level below you, right? You're never going to find somebody who's doing big shit or that's at another level above you criticizing you for that shit. Never. If anything, they're going to respect it, admire it, and most of the times help you out if they can, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's literally why I'm saying what I'm saying, bro, because that's how I've been able to level up, bro. It's just somebody who I shook their hand, I brought value to them, so they chose to do business with me, and boom, all of a sudden, $1 million a month. Like, just shit like that, bro, that would have never happened had I not made the decision. In fact, bro, funny story, man. I was working with this guy back in the days, bro. We had partnered up in a business. And the way we were generating the leads is we were just buying leads from different lead providers. And I would tell them all the time, bro, because at this point, social media is starting to pop up, and I would see some of these gurus. And I remember, bro, I told them, like, bro, I think I want to do this. Like, I want to be the guru. Like, I want to be the face. And this motherfucker basically told me not to do it, bro.
Damn.
And you know what the problem is, bro, is that I admired him and respected him at the time because he was at a level that I wanted to be at. So I listened to him, bro. Right? Well, that partnership didn't end up working out. A couple years later, we split up. And after we split up, I finally chose to do it. And boom, all of a sudden, bro, like, it took off for me.
Damn.
And I remember thinking, like, man, fuck that guy. I shouldn't have fucking listened to him. Because, bro, back when I told him I wanted to do it, like, it was brand new. Like, I'd probably have a few million followers by now, bro, had I done it back then. So it still pisses me off that I listened to him. So I guess it's kind of a mixed, what do you say, advice, because we're over here saying that somebody above you won't criticize you. But that's why I said that, because I just remembered, like, this motherfucker told me not to do it, and he was above me, so I listened to him.
Yeah. Isn't it so interesting how, like, if you really listen to others' limited beliefs on yourself, you kind of start to believe it?
100%.
That's why, like, it's so crazy, like, whenever children are like, oh, I can't do that, but children have the best imagination. But you just get trapped in this little bubble of what expectations are on you from what other people say, your parents or something like that.
1,000,000%, bro.
So I'm glad they smashed through that ceiling and fucking proved them
Yeah,
wrong.
bro, I know, but fuck, man, I'd be at a much higher level had I not
Yeah.
listened. But going back to what you're saying, bro, about little kids, it's true. Because, bro, if you ask an adult, what their goals are, nowadays they'll give you something like a small goal, right? Because saying something like a movie star or this sounds so unrealistic.
Right.
But when you're a kid, that shit isn't unrealistic to you,
hell no.
right? It just isn't. So, man, society, quit fucking up the kids, man. Let them fucking dream big. But it is what it is. When you're a kid and you tell somebody you want to be something ridiculous, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say you could do anything you want to do. But when you're an adult and you give somebody this big goal that you have, what do they tell you, Doug? Like, oh, be more realistic or some bullshit like that, bro.
Yeah.
And then you start to believe it.
Yeah, exactly. You really do. That's why I like the quote of, I think it was Henry Ford. He said something along the lines of, whether you think you're right or where you think you're wrong, you're right.
You're right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's whether you think you can
there you
or
go.
you
That's
think
what it
you
is.
can't.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because it's what you think. It's what you fucking believe.
Yeah. There
right?
you go.
It's 100% fact, bro. But see, that's why I like what we're doing with the community that we're building, Salvaje, bro. Because what I'm trying to do with that, bro, is just build a community of people that dream big and support each other in those big fucking dreams, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard being around so many goddamn negative people who shoot your dreams down or that don't want to see you succeed, so they tell you your ideas are stupid.
Yeah.
Because you start to believe that shit, right? As opposed to being around people that you tell somebody your dream and they're like, oh, hell yeah, you could do that shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you need help, I got you.
Yeah.
And there's just something about that type of energy, bro, that just allows you to level up, man. And it's what you need. It's what people need. They need to be around other people who can support you, but more importantly, bro, they're on that same mindset as you of just wanting to get better.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah, of course. Man, and it sucks that, like in smaller towns, like there isn't that. Because I grew up in a small town in Southern California till I was like in 7th grade. And man, I don't know what was going on. I'm just glad I moved because, man, over there, there's like zero. It's not about all like social media, nothing like that, but like I guess like progress or like people that want to progress. Because you go in your hometown and the people that you grew up with in elementary school, they're like, oh, I don't remember you doing that. Like, you used to be the kid that that was in the back of the class, or man, you were really nothing, or you're that poor kid that didn't have clothes to wear. Now you want to ball out, so.
But I mean, there's a good point to that, bro. But that's why you just gotta have the courage to just move into situations. Because I mean, you're right, bro. Had my dad stayed in Mexico when I was a kid, I don't know where I'd be today, right?
Yeah.
But he came to where there's more opportunity, right? And
he faced that uncomfortability.
Yeah, he did, bro. And I thank my pops for that all the time, bro. Because my dad likes to say shit like, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't give you much when you were a kid." Like, I hate it when he says that shit, bro, because he gave me the world. He gave me who I am today because he had the balls to bring his entire family to a situation that he had no idea what was going to happen, if it was even going to work out. And because of his courage to do that, I've had the opportunities that I've had. But look, at the end of the day, man, if you're in one of those small towns, nobody's there, there's a reason why they say change your fucking surrounding. God damn it. Change your fucking surrounding. Right? If you're in a position, bro, where you're in a situation, there's no opportunity there, nothing seems to change, then get the fuck out of it, right? Make the decision to go chase that opportunity, and not necessarily chase it, but put yourself in situations and scenarios and where opportunities can come your way, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Agree. Yeah, life is a soil, man. You gotta garden it. You gotta just be around life, because if you stay stagnant, man, you'll forever just, like how we were saying earlier, you'll be on your deathbed wishing like, damn, what would have happened if I would have just just built up the courage and was like, what, I'm just gonna go to this mastermind, or I'm gonna pay this coach, or I'm gonna get in this group of people that are like-minded. Yeah.
And that's 100%, bro. Like, one of my biggest fears is being on my deathbed and wondering, what could have happened. Like, I don't want that to be me, dog. And that's why, like, man, like, one of the things that I thank God the most for, bro, is that he gave me the mentality that whatever I'm about to do, as long as it's not going to kill me
Yeah.
or affect my family
Right.
health-wise or anything like that, bro, then what's the worst that could fucking happen?
Yeah.
Right? And I thank God that he gave me that mentality, or that he allowed me to build that mentality, because I didn't always have it. Right? Because now that's how I look at things, bro. I'm like, look, man, if this shit goes wrong, it ain't going to kill me. It ain't going to kill one of my family members. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Now, it's cost me a lot of money, right? I've made some really bad investments, but it's also taught me, right, that not everything is what it seems. There are some shady motherfuckers out there, no matter how you know, what you first thought about them or whatever, man. It taught me to be more careful. But it also taught me, bro, that I can survive anything.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? Like, if I could go through $1 million fucking lawsuit, right? If I could go through a fucking losing millions of dollars, bro, like millions of dollars, and survive that, bro, then every other fucking problem I've ever had is like, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. You know, I've lost millions, dog. Fuck you and your 10 G's. Get the fuck out of my face. You know, but it's given me that strength, bro, to be able to deal with the type of stress and anxiety that I deal with today, bro, because look, dog, running a multi-million-dollar fucking business, it ain't easy, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I know they make it look easy on social media, but you're dealing with real shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. And especially at that level, too, you're dealing with other people. Like, people have families to feed, and, like, if you don't show up, then, man, you're letting a lot of people down. Was there, like, a turning point for you where you're just like, all right, I got to just wake up and get after it? Or were you just always like on hustle mode, grinding mode?
You know what, bro? I was always kind of a hustler. My mom always tells people the story about when I was a little kid in Mexico, how I would steal her tortillas and go slang them.
Damn.
So I always had that mentality, bro. But I was also just made bad choices. Right? I wasn't disciplined enough. So the turning point for me, bro, was when I got locked up and I was facing deportation.
Damn.
And I just looked at my life and I'm like, I mean, bro, like, I'm sitting in jail and I'm withdrawing because I was a drug addict at the time, right? And I'm withdrawing. If I feel like I'm dying, like, that was the turning point for me, bro. Like, that was bottom, bro. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, and I'm not ashamed to say it today no more, bro. I used to be, but bro, I was the kind of person that would lie to my mom, lie to everybody just to get my fix.
Yeah. And how old were you at this period of time?
Fuck, bro. Let's see. John B is 13 years old. He just turned 13. His mom was pregnant with him at the time. So, what, 24?
Yeah.
23, 24 years old, bro. I was just a youngster, bro. You know? And just, that was it for me, right? Looking at my life and being like, man, same shit that you just said, right? Like, talented people who never put themselves out there.
Yeah.
I always have believed in me, bro. And people used to think I was cocky, conceited, whatever. It is what it is. But I always did believe in me.
Right.
I always knew I was meant for something bigger. I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, man, you're a good looking motherfucker. You're talented. Like, you're meant for more. So I always had that, right? That I believed in me. So that was a turning point for me where I was like, man, I'm sitting here locked up. I'm withdrawing like a motherfucker.
Damn.
Like, I'm probably going to get fucking deported. I got kids out there who depend on me.
Right.
And I'm sitting here in jail because of my bad fucking choices. And that was it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to be this badass motherfucker who's super talented and good looking, and this is my life? Fuck that shit. So that was it for me, bro, you know? But it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
That's why I preach what I preach with Salvaje, bro, and fitness and all that shit, because it was through fitness that I started to build the right habits.
Right.
Because, bro, I'm telling you, in this life, in order to succeed, there's only a few things you need, bro. You need skills, you need good habits, and discipline. Bro, you got that?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody that can fucking stop you, bro.
Yeah. Because after that, you could build a good support system and then just keep compounding that.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah. I think my biggest turning point was probably whenever I had my daughter, to be honest. I think I was like 23 at the time, too. Yeah. She was born, and, man, yeah, just seeing her face, I was just like, dang, if I don't really just wake up and just get to it, then this little helpless little child is going to, be no more. Yeah, damn. So 23, man, that was a crazy time to be withdrawing.
Yeah, bro. Sheesh. Trust me, man. See, I wish that my kids changed my life today, right? Yeah. Because everything I do now is for them. But, bro, when I was young, I was just so nonchalant, don't give a fuck, like, I have a kid. Cool, I'll look after this kid. But it never hit me like, oh, this kid relies on me. I got to change my mind. It didn't really hit me right away.
Right.
It took some time, right? And that's what I mean, bro. Like, it was during that time frame, bro, that I'm like, man, I gotta change something. But even then, bro, like, when I got out of jail, okay, like, the whole time I'm in jail, I'm like, God, please get me out of this one. I'll never fucking do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I'll change my ways. Da, 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 da. First day I get out of jail, bro, I go get high, right? So, like, even though I said I wanted to do it, right, and I made the promise that I would do it, I just wasn't ready mentally, bro, right? Like, I fell back into the same bad habits, same shit. And then when it really happened, bro, was when my youngest boy, when Johnny was born, bro, because, I mean, it's a long story to tell, bro, but Johnny had some condition that we accidentally found out about. Had to have an emergency C-section the day we found out about it. Long story, bro, but, you know, that in that situation, I'm like, okay, fuck, bro. Like, is this God punishing me for all the empty promises I've made?
Yeah.
Right? And, bro, yeah, because when we found out what was going on, they said, you got to go into the hospital right now. Like, C-section right now. There's a very low chance that the kid will even make it.
Wow.
So, you know, we got to do it right now. And when they told us all that, bro, like, that's really what hit me, bro, was like, fuck, is this my punishment for the other times I told God I would change and I didn't fucking do it?
Yeah.
So what did I do on my way to the hospital? Please, God, let my son get out of this one. And this time I really won't do it again.
This time I promise,
Like, don't let him pay for my fucking mistakes. And, bro, like, what it was, bro, is like all the horrible things they told us that could happen and that were most likely going to happen didn't happen. His surgery went super well. He's super healthy today. So, like, that to me is like, okay, that's what this tattoo means, bro. The whole blessed thing, bro, is because, like, I've been in some very sticky situations and I got out of them clean, you know, like, everything's good. And so I'm like, man, that's when I was like, hey, yeah, there is a God, bro.
Yeah,
God's blessed me. He's shown me that no matter how many times I fuck up, you know, he's got my back. So that's when I finally decided I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't easy. It's not like I just that day got clean. Nah, bro. It took me a couple years to be able to finally kick the habit, you know?
Yeah. And it's crazy how, like, God does that to you in the time you're like, damn, why am I going through all this stuff? But, you know, like us as fathers, if we just leave our kids to their own devices, they'll be staying up late, not waking up on time, just eating candy. But if you're like, all right, here, eat some vegetables, they'll be like, what I got to do this? Yeah. But in the long run, you know, that's good for them. So, you know, some people never come out of that stuff, man, which is super sad. Yeah. They never come out of that, like, the moment of, all right, I gotta really.
Yeah, they never see that turning point. Yeah.
Until they maybe hit rock bottom or, you know, worse things. But, yeah, man, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's been a journey for yourself too.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I mean, fuck. But I believe, like what you said, bro, I believe everything that I've gone through has been part of what I had to go through, bro. Because what do most people pray for, right? They pray for wisdom. They pray for, hey, God, give me strength. Yeah. You ask God for strength, and then you complain when he puts you in situations that require you to have strength. Like, you asked for this, motherfucker. Yeah. You said you wanted strength. Right? So that's what when I started having that perspective, bro, I was like, dude, all this bad shit, right, that I think is bad that's happening to me, I asked for it. Right. I really did. This is God blessing me because, bro, I'm telling you today, bro, like, a lot of the shit that I deal with, bro, the emails that I get, the problems, bro, like, the old me would have fucking lost his mind over shit like that. Right. Today, I have the strength to look at it, be like, fuck, and move the fuck on, bro. And that's a skill. That's something valuable, bro, because I don't know how the fuck I would survive if I didn't have that today, bro. Like, fuck. Yeah. You know?
Definitely does help. He's like a spiritual personal trainer. You have to, you know, you have to lift weights to get stronger. But, bro, man, it sucks getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and when it's cold, whenever you could be in your bed. But, hey, there's going to be a point in time where you're going to need that strength.
Yeah, 100. So. See, bro, that's what most people don't understand, right? Like, I've been going to the gym first thing in the morning, you know, up by 4:30 a.m. for a very long time, bro. And to this day, I hate it. To this day, my alarm goes off and I complain and I'm like, oh, fuck. But it's the discipline. Right? It's the discipline to
showing up for yourself.
Yeah. That's why I do it, bro. But I hate it, bro. I fucking hate it. And I'll never not hate it. I don't think I will never not hate it, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely, but you do feel a whole lot better whenever you're like, all right, I'm going to do this thing that sucks versus the thing that's pleasurable. You kind of give yourself a little like, you know, you start walking a little bit different. You give yourself a little bit more respect. And also you start trusting yourself more. Yeah. If you're like, oh, man, all right, I say I'm going to do this, but I'm not doing it. There's going to be a point in time where your mind's just like, all right, this guy's just bullshitting around anyway.
100%, bro. Like, I literally have hella reels out there saying that same shit, bro, right? Like, what's happening, bro, is when you're keeping promises to yourself is you're building your confidence, bro.
Yeah, your confidence.
Like, I didn't just magically become the confident, like people do ask me all the time, like, bro, how are you so confident? This is motherfucker because I show up for me, bro. Like, I trust me.
Right.
I rely on me because I know that if I said I'm gonna fucking do it, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it's crazy shit, bro. But, I mean, it's so simple because, like, everything that people want and all these big goals that they have, like, everybody kind of knows what they have to do, bro.
Yeah,
I think the problem is they just don't have the discipline to do it.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
Because, I mean, everybody's already there. Like how you said, there's nothing new under the sun. And everybody has a connection. I'm pretty sure you could call, even your biggest goal, you could call probably like 5 people and they'll connect you to the right person.
Right.
So it's there, but yeah, just discipline, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just the discipline to make shit happen and do what you got to do, bro. That's what I believe people lack.
Yeah, especially in this day and age of like everything's so fast. So like, you know, you can order stuff online, get there super quick, no delayed gratification. So yeah, man, it's very few and far between that there's a lot of salvajes out in the world.
Hell yeah, bro. But we about to build them, baby. We're going to build more and more fucking salvajes. You know? So what you think, bro? What advice you got for people, man? Anybody who's out there, you don't have to be a tattoo artist, but, you know, you want some more. What advice does Tito have for them, bro?
Well, I would say this. I would say 100% go in on yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you don't invest in yourself, whether that be your own education of whatever you're working towards, you know, networking with anybody, just believe in yourself, have that knowing that it's going to happen. Might be around the corner after a few corners, but you know that God's going to be right there with you the whole journey. And just keep that in mind. Just believe in yourself, believe in a higher power, and everything's going to work out for the best all the time.
100%, man. You see, everybody's advice is always the same. And that's why I say what I say. Like, most of us already know what we got to do, bro. Yeah. So why can't we just have the fucking discipline to make it fucking happen? You know, like what, like when you don't feel like doing something, bro, how do you get yourself to just fuck it up and do it anyway?
Man, I think it's more of an ego thing. Like, I know there's somebody younger, more dumber than me, right behind me that's gonna fucking eat my lunch if I don't fucking get to it.
Bro.
You know what I mean? And that mentality is like, fuck, I don't want to go to the gym, or I don't want to make these calls, or I don't want to get up to get this 12-hour tattoo session or whatever the case is. But man, there's somebody hungrier than me right now, and I'm just getting stagnant. I'm just getting older, and I'm just getting less. My iron is not as sharp as I used to be. Somebody's sharpening their sword right now, looking at me like, oh, I'm gonna take this guy.
Oh,
yeah, shit, you know what I mean. Bro. So, and I think we lost that warrior mentality, that Spartan energy, as man. Yeah, bro, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, people do.
We're like in the 300 movie. Oh, man, we'd be ripped, jacked. We'd be fucking fighting every day. You know what I mean? So
exactly,
hey, that's why I love that.
Bro.
I love that logo. I love what everything it stands for.
Bro.
So
yeah, and that's all it is, bro. That's what we're trying to build, right? We're trying to build, like, we're trying to bring back the mentality that you used to have,
right,
just to fucking survive, motherfucker. Because somebody was gonna come take your woman.
Yeah.
Somebody was gonna come take your fucking food,
your village, like, everything.
Bro, literally, back in the days, they would come, they would rape your women, and they would take your village, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And you had to fucking fight to defend that shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that shit happened today, bro? Everybody's walking around fucking all pussied out and shit.
There's no way.
Bro, your woman's getting raped, motherfucker. Like, you ain't saving her.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no way.
Yeah, bro. That's why, to me, I do respect what you said, bro, about the ego. Because for me, like, I know people say ego is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But, bro, it's my ego that got me to where I am today, bro. Like, I refuse to let somebody do better than me.
Yeah, exactly.
I refuse to allow people to look at me and say, haha, I knew that motherfucker couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Hell no,
exactly.
bro. So my ego got me through a lot of fucking bad situations, bro. It was my ego. Like, not wanting to look stupid or not wanting to look weak.
Right.
That pushed me, bro.
Yeah.
So just find whatever you gotta find. Use whatever fuel you gotta use, okay? Like, I'm telling you, in the beginning, for me, my fuel was just that, bro. Fuck everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want them to think I'm a loser.
Yeah.
That was my fuel, right? Today, it's a lot different. Today, I want to make more impact. I want to build more salvajes. But whatever the fuck your fuel is, whatever the hell you gotta use in the beginning, use that shit. What's your fire, baby?
Exactly. What's your fire? Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, shit, Tito. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. We gotta do this shit a lot more often, bro.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'll be out here again. I'll be out here again tattooing.
Yeah.
So if anybody watching right now in Salt Lake, man, let me know. I'll be out here.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, you guys heard it, man. Actually, this episode is going to drop on Friday, bro, because Friday's HG Lifestyle show days. So I'll send you the link when it drops. But, hey, Tito's coming back. He loves Utah.
I love it.
We were looking at the mountains, and anyway, I was telling him, bro, you're not here long enough. Otherwise, we'd go up to Park City, go see the sceneries for real. So he said he's going to come back. So, hey, anybody wanting to get a tattoo here in Utah, I recommend my boy Tito. He is the shit. Like, I'm telling you, like, fuck, I'm so excited with this tattoo. I can't wait to show you guys. Hit him up. Book a spot because he's only going to be here for a couple of days, and he wants to use some of those days to enjoy the scenery. So he's not going to be here tatting all fucking week. So take advantage, Tito. So any
also
final words?
Follow me on Instagram, Tito Tito_TATTS. And yeah, man, it was all love. Thanks for having me.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. You're the man. HG Lifestyle crew. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the shit. Now remember, HG Lifestyle is a mindset. Make sure you adopt that shit, baby. We out. HG Lifestyle. It's a mindset. Make sure you adopt it, baby.